what we do is we look at your brand. So here, we look at your audience here, and we sort of say, okay, well, what's going to be the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, so like usually, like with branding, it's about okay, who is the brand? What's the brand story? It's about the brand, the brand, the brand. And then like over here is the audience, and you sort of say, well, what do they want? What are their pains? What are their desires?
Mhm.
How do they speak? Who are they as people? Um, how do they look at the brand? What does the brand mean to them? And sort of like that's what I look at. I look at both components and I sort of say, well, who's over here, who's over here,
Yeah.
and really get to know them both and
Yeah.
just introduce them, I suppose, through the messaging of the music. And a good example of that is one of the Branthams that we did for a nonprofit called Transport Women
Mm.
Australia. So they're Transport Women is an amazing organisation. They bring awareness out for women in transport across trucking,
Mm.
aviation, shipping, and marine,
Mm.
all sorts of logistics, like women in trucks, also it's great,
Yeah.
bus drivers, all sorts of things. And so one of the sayings that came out of the conversation, rather than sort of saying, oh, I'm going to write a song called Transport Women, or they're using their tagline, Driving the Difference, I'm going to sort of look a bit deeper. How do they speak to each other? And one of the big key phrases was, oh, they'd call each other, say, oh, how you going, mate? Oh, I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream, mate. So we created something called Living the Dream because that resonates with all of them. They all are going into this industry and it's a dream for them. Like,
Yeah.
they're living it. And so, then it's sort of like looking at the demographics, what genre are we going to create this in? What kind of singer are we going to use?